Hey guys, today we're going to be doing something really kind of soft and pretty and polished for spring. Spring is officially here, so I'm going to start with my foundation. I wanted to change it up today, so I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. What I'm going to do is mix it with a little bit of my CoverGirl True Blend. This just adds a little bit of more of a yellow tone. Into that mix, I'm going to go ahead and mix the Benefit Professional with it, because this can be a little bit on the heavy side for me, so I want it to just have a tiny bit more slip. So instead of, typically going in with this first and then applying it onto my pores, I'm actually gonna mix it into the foundation mix. I always like trying new things, so that's what we're gonna do. I've used so much of this CoverGirl one, the Benefit Professional. And this is just a primer to help minimize pores. I'm going to be applying it with a damp beauty blender sponge because I want it to look really smooth and flawless. I'm just gonna go ahead and dot it onto my face. So I wanna know, how is the weather wherever you guys are right now? If you're even on the other side of the globe, I wanna know how the weather is, because I know it doesn't technically feel like spring everywhere, but I hope you guys are at least getting like the sporadic, nice, warm days. Where we are, it's really humid. Today it's actually kind of cool. It's not too warm today. It's actually like kind of perfect in my opinion. Okay, and then I'm just gonna blend it in. So if you notice, I'm a little bit spotty on some parts of my face because I had my laser hair removal treatment today, my second one. Pretty thin layer of foundation. I'm kind of debating on doing a second layer. Okay, just gonna blend that in. Because I know some of you guys were curious about this foundation too. I don't think I had really ever gone in depth about it too much, but as you can see, it does have like a demi-matte finish to it. And it is more long wearing than the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Okay, and then for the next part with concealing, it's gonna be the same thing I usually do. I use my L'Oreal Blur Concealer on the underneath my eyes and midsection of my face, like right here. Blend that in, and then my Maybelline Master Conceal to spot conceal with. So everything that I'm using will be listed down below. All right, now for the brows, I'm just gonna use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe, just to keep them pretty soft. Give a rough fill in. The spoolie on the other end, brush that through. Now let's go into the eye makeup. I'm just gonna use my Wet n Wild eye makeup primer to keep my makeup from slipping around. I am running low on this, so I actually would be really interested in trying a new eye primer. The ones I have tried, I've tried the Urban Decay, Too Faced, Makeup Forever, this one, Milani. I'm sure I'm missing at least a couple, but if there is one that I didn't list that you think I should try next, let me know. Spread that around. And I'm going to use the Sigma eyeshadow base in Provoke, and it just looks like that. I do want to have a nice light even base. And the brush I'm using is the Sigma Tapered Blending E40, and it's the synthetic one. And by doing this, it's really going to help the eyeshadow stick too. Okay, now I'm going to go into this palette. It's the Sigma Fall Softly palette. This video isn't sponsored, by the way. I just happen to be using some of their products, but I'm gonna go into lighter pinky shade first right here. It's a matte shade. And I'm just going to pat that all over the lid. So we'll blend out the edges in a moment. Don't worry too much about that yet. And I'm gonna go into this slightly deeper, kind of warm pink. It's a really pretty shade. And I'm gonna layer it right on top. All right, now I'm just gonna get a clean tapered blending brush and just soften up the edges. Using that same brush, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's kind of like a really muted taupey tan color. And we're just gonna go right into the socket. Okay, now I'm gonna go into this gray shade right here. So far I've used all matte shadows. I'm using the Sigma Domed Utility Brush. We're just going to get right in the outer V here first. And then I'm going to inch that upwards into the crease. And depending on your eye shape and what you like, you can go all the way in, you can go halfway, you can go just a little bit in, but I'm gonna go halfway in. But for the most part, as you go inwards, you kind of want it to fade. And you can always go back and forth and blend it. And if any edges on the inner portion need to be blended, you can always go back into that pink shade, blend it in, or just touch up whatever was on your lid. And then I'm going to take this really tiny shader crease brush and I'm going to go into that purple. And I just want to further define this outer V. So I'm really focusing it just right in the outer corner. Now I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral palette. They actually have new packaging. It's like much more sleek than this. It's nicer. This is a little bit bulkier than that one, but I do want just a little bit of warmth in my transitioning crease area. So let's take a little bit of this shade right here. I am ironically using my Sonia Kashuk brush for this, so just a bit of this shade and this shade. I'm just gonna mix the two. And this is just a denser crease brush so that I can really pack the color on there. We're just gonna go right in between. I'm kind of bringing this portion of the color a little bit higher up so that it sort of lifts the eye in that area. So that's all I'm doing. Okay, now going in with my Sigma large fluff brush, we're gonna go into this shade right here, light cream shade. And we're gonna highlight the brow bone as well as blend down that shade so that it's not so harsh. So I'm just kind of pushing it downwards. I'm going back into that lighter sort of peachier brown shade and I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit. So you can go back, if you feel like you've lost any intensity, you could always go back and deepen up whatever you feel like you need to. It's gonna take some more of that light cream shade and go on the inner corners right here too, just to make sure this part is softened and blended as well. Alright, now I'm just going to line my eyes using my Kat Von D ink liner in Trooper. It's just black liner. She does have a few different liquid liners though. Do a little bit of a wing. Alright, Sigma liner in Atomic number 6. It's just a deep brown shade. What I'm going to do is line the inner half. Just like that. And then the outer lower half. I'm going to use my domed utility brush from earlier and just blend that out. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I am going to apply my Maybelline Lash Sensational in Waterproof on the top and bottom. And these are the lashes I'm going to put on. If you guys would like to see a lash tutorial, I'll link it down below. These are the Esquito Oh So Sweet. They're just really natural. Love them. Just in case you guys want to see how the mascara looks. I wasn't crazy about this at first when it was more liquidy, more wet. But as it dries, it does work pretty nicely. It does like lengthen the lashes pretty well. So not too bad, but I'm going to pop the lashes on. I'm going to take this pale pink shimmery shade and pop that in the lower inner corners, just using a pencil brush. And I'm going to go into that pink and just apply a little bit of that, blending out the edges of the liner. Just to bring some of the pink down to the bottom. Get a bit more brown under there though, so I'm going to take this Sonia Kashuk angled brush, mix of these two browns right here. And we're going to go above where we did that pink, just so there are no harsh edges. I'm going to go ahead and apply my lips before I do the rest of my face, just so I have an idea of like what I want to do with the rest of my face, see how the lip color looks. But I do want to use my Maybelline lipstick in the shade Blushing Bud. It's just a really pretty pink shade. So I'm looking at this and I kind of want to add a bit of a lilac-y lighter tone to it. So I'm going to use my Ulta lipstick. It doesn't say the shade on here, but it is more of a lilac type of pink. So we're just going to layer that on top. I mean, this looks really pretty too. Could just keep it like this, but I want some lilac. Alright, I totally went overboard on the lipstick. So I'm not going to really go with the, you know, kind of like really bronzed route. I'm actually going to try to keep it nice and clean, but I do want a little bit more color in my face. So I'm going to go in with my Milani Multitask Face Powder in Light Tan with my Sigma Large Powder Brush. And I am just going to apply this in the contours of my face. I do want just a touch of contouring, so I'm going to go into my NYX Taupe blush using my e.l.f. complexion brush. And we're just going to apply that right here. Touch around the hairline. Do a little bit of contouring around my jawline. Right, and then for blush, I decided to go with my CoverGirl Cheekers blush in Iced Cappucinno. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. I'm just going to go with my Sigma large contour brush. Just going to do that on the higher planes of my cheeks, then blend that back. You can go with something with more pinky tones too to really tie the whole look together, but I kind of wanted, I don't know, I kind of wanted to warm up my face just a little bit. So far I'm really happy with this foundation combination. Like, I haven't really greased up too much, so loving that. Since I'm not looking shiny like I normally would at this point, I'm actually gonna do some highlighting. So I'm gonna use this highlight. I wish I could tell you what the name of this is, but all I know is that I got it from Daiso some time ago. If you want, you can bring it up as well, like just like that. And another thing that I've been doing a lot lately, just to kind of perfect it some more, is I'll take some of my Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil in Stay On Black, and then I'll take like an angled brush or just something with a fine thin edge. What I'll do is I'll just tightline. I'll go right underneath and tightline right in the center, because that's where it shows the most like kind of bareness in my tightline area. So really, this actually should have been done before putting the lashes on, but just to share with you guys. So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It would really be great for prom or wedding or just as a pretty spring look. So definitely give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, and do subscribe. I am posting at least on Mondays and Thursdays now, so be sure to tune in then. And also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for daily pictures and ramblings, and just so I can further chat with you guys, because I really love talking to you guys. So that is all. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!